Welcome to Tony the Mole Adams YouTube channel. It's Steve Mascord coming to you as usual. This week I'm in East Hull, and behind me Hull KR are training, Jared Warrior Hargraves and the gang. And don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. It's going great. We've hit 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for supporting us. Before we talk to Tony, our customary interview, we're going to have a chat to Aiden Sezer, who plies his trade across town at Hull FC. And he had some really cool stuff to say about his relationship with John Cartwright, with whom he's now been reunited. They spent 4 years together at Gold Coast.
I went back to the Tigers, had an option there, but I could have taken that up and stayed home. But yeah, when I spoke to Cardi about the possibility of coming over later on the year, it was something I sort of couldn't turn down. I guess I owe it to him to come back and join him at Hull, and there's a challenge ahead for us, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy to be back with Cardi. Yeah.
You said you owed it to him. Is that obviously? I had to check the number of years. 4 years you played under Cardi. Is that what you mean by saying you sort of owed it to him?
Oh, I guess when you're a young kid and he's a coach to sort of hand you your debut, it sticks with you forever. And as I've stated before, I've got the utmost respect for him, and he's always been open and honest with me and transparent. And coming back here was sort of something I sort of jumped at. I was a bit left field. I sort of wasn't anticipating on coming back, to be totally honest. But once I spoke to Cardi and he sort of gave me the brief about where he wants the club to be and what's going on in the club, I sort of it got me really excited, and I was happy to come back. And I guess my time at Leeds, it didn't go to plan, so it's sort of to come back and to perform in the Super League again is something that I'm really motivated by.
Great to see friendships like that in footy, isn't it, Tony? Aiden Sezer wanting to help out John Cartwright, and John Cartwright relying on him to guide the team around the park this year. They finished second last in 2024, so the only way is up for Hull FC. Now, Tony, you had a bit of a scoop this week about Greg Inglis and his new role at West Tigers. That wasn't in your Midweek Scoops column, but talk to us a little bit about that.
Hello, Steve. Yes, well, the Greg Inglis story. It's one of those ones I felt a bit bad about writing, because the Tigers actually had a big media event planned to announce it. It was coming out today, but that's our job, isn't it, to bring the news to the fans. And bottom line is, it's a great coup for the Tigers. He's going to be assistant coach to the great Brett Moley in the NRLW, but don't be surprised if he helps the likes of Jerome Buller at the NRL team, a real icon of the game, Greg Inglis, and of course great mates with Tigers CEO Shane Richardson, as indeed are you. So maybe we'll see you at the Tigers soon. Who knows?
Good one, Tony. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about was the first item in your column. Francis Molo, the big Samoan prop, was at St George Illawarra. What's the latest on him?
Yes, Steve. Look, Francis Molo's been the subject of much debate the last few days. He said he doesn't want to play at the Dragons anymore. He's basically walked out, training on his own. So it's the classic stalemate. What I've found out is he's meeting, along with his manager, with the Dragons on Friday. And I think we've both been around long enough to know this can only end one way, and that's with Molo leaving. There's 4 or 5 clubs expressing interest in him. Where he's going, I'm not sure, but he does want to go back to Queensland. There's a bit of a clue. And let's not forget the Dragons signed Emre Goulet from the Raiders this week. So all of a sudden they don't need Francis Molo that badly. So expect him to be on the move very shortly.
One fellow who's absolutely loved at Lee Sports Village is Edwin Ipape, the PNG hooker, Tony, but he is in demand in the NRL.
Yeah, that's right, Steve. Interesting that they're chasing a hooker, several NRL clubs, because I think hooker has become the new super position of the game. You look at the likes of Harry Grant, Appy Coruscant. It's the hookers who can dart out a dummy half, who can get their forwards going forward, who can make a break themselves. And I think Ipape fits that mould very nicely. And he's done, I think, 4 years over there. Word is he's ready to come home. Word is there are some clubs ready to chase him. I don't know who they are at this stage, but watch this space.
Cheers, Tony, and tell us, who is Caius Fartilli? Caius Fartilli, this is the station you go to if you want to hear about rugby league players who maybe you're not familiar with. And I don't even know if I'm saying it correctly, Tony, but who is he?
Yeah, Steve, I think you're close enough. Fartilli, he's a big prop forward from the Sunshine Coast Falcons. Played 22 games in the Q Cup last year, scored 8 tries. So that's not a bad strike rate for a front rower. Castleford and Warrington were both interested in him, I've been told, but he's decided to go to Wakefield for a couple of years. I would say he'll be back in the NRL after that, but big strong fella. He's a Kiwi, 24 years old, one to watch.
Well, that's it for another episode of the Moles Midweek Scoops. I want to thank you for joining us, everybody. I'm going to put my beanie back on and a rug up because it's frigid here at Craven Park. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week, Tony.
And just quickly, Steve, before I go, because time is running out to get these fabulous Vegas T-shirts. The price has been slashed from $40 to $25. We will put the link in the description underneath. I've got one for each of the teams that are going. Once in a lifetime experience. I know some people are wearing them on the plane. They like them so much. So get yours, get them quick. Thanks.